two ways you lower interest rates. You lower interest rates by improving the supply-demand balance, or you lower interest rates by forcing them down and printing a lot of money. Those are the two ways, right? So there are three parts of the balance that we should think of. There's spending, there's taxes, and then there's interest cost. And if they were to lower achieve a better balance, and I'm not saying which way to do it, that's political, that's up to them. But if they were to improve the supply-demand balance, that would lower interest rates in a fundamentally sound way, and that would make the deficit. So there are three ways that you can achieve that 3% of GDP target that I believe needs to be shot at. But you just can't make interest rates go down. It's not healthy to make interest rates, force them down by creating unnaturally low interest rates and printing a lot of money. Right. So that's key.
That the Chinese guided the renminbi, the currency, weaker to its weakest level in 18 months. So that was really seen as a signal here that the government is potentially going to see a bigger than expected devaluation of the yuan to help offset some of the problems that could happen with a bigger tariff hit. U.S. suppliers, the fact that the tariff rate now could go, as you guys are talking about, 104%, possibly 120% when you count all of it all together, they were telling me that this is prohibitive to business. One Chinese supplier said that they're already looking for other markets, that they wouldn't be able to really sell to the U.S. market. And then one U.S. company whose sources in China said that once Trump had made that announcement about the potential for another 50% tariff, he actually froze all of his shipments out of China. Part of it is because he said that he's just confused about exactly what type of price he should slap on any of his products. And then, so he's worried about the uncertainty, but he's also, just worried about what this could mean for his sales. He said that he would be in a position where he'd be losing on every single item that he sells. And even though he said he looked at the U.S. to potentially supply there, or set up a supply chain there, he said that it's just not realistic at this moment. So you're potentially looking at paralysis.
Most CEOs I talk to would say we are probably in a recession right now. Right now.
Going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
And so we'll import Chinese-based CBDC technology. So it's going to be CBDC in a box provided to you by the People's Bank of China.
But every stock, every bond, every currency, every commodity, every piece of art, every private business, every piece of real estate will eventually be a token on a blockchain, an entry on a ledger, permanent and immutable. We will have truth instead of trust, and we will save over $7 trillion a year. 6 to 8% of global GDP is wasted by the friction of the trust industry that's necessary when you have dual entry accounting. With triple entry accounting, which is what a blockchain is, we get rid of all of that friction. It's a beautiful future.
Like what you see in China and their social credit scoring systems, right? If we get identity wrong, it could be a tool to enslave humanity. And if we get it right, it could be a tool to liberate humanity. And as an American, I'm obviously rooting for the one that's on the side of freedom.
Bitcoin is an international asset. And also, I do believe the role of crypto is, it's digitizing gold.
I actually believe
This technology is going to be very important. Look at it. We have been part of a huge revolution in investing through ETFs. We believe that ETFs will be changing the whole way we invest. Many people still use it as a means, well, people are investing it for indexing. No, the majority of people who are putting money in in ETFs are active investors that are buying exposure. The entire bond market is being transformed as we talk right now. I believe the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities. And if we could have that distributed ledger that we know every beneficial owner, every beneficial seller, we all have our code of who's buying, who's selling, instantaneous settlement. And think about it, it changes the whole ecosystem.
Chinese bank ICBC has been hit by a ransomware attack, and the U.S. Treasury market, as a result of that, has been disrupted. This, according to the Financial Times. We're getting at more right now with Bloomberg's Shonali Bassick. Shonali, what do we know?
Listen, we have the Financial Times now reporting that ICBC, one of China's largest banks here, was hit with a ransomware attack. And remember, they're a very significant intermediary in the Treasury market. The SIFMA has told its members that this has been part of the reason here that the system is kind of clogged up, if you will, during that auction that we saw a little bit before. The attack had prevented ICBC, according to the Financial Times, from settling Treasury trades on behalf of other market participants. A large executive at a major bank also telling the paper that such a large party on the fixed income clearing corp creates major concerns, potentially impacting the liquidity of Treasury markets.
Now, it was not just a poor auction. It was absolutely lousy, and when the dealers have to step in to save a treasury auction, that's a rare occurrence.
Welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, please like and subscribe if you do like what you're listening to. Please inform your friends and family and spread it all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works, because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that it is all planned out. Now, I want to thank those who purchased the NWO book and the Crypto Teacher book. The NWO book shows you how the world really works, and especially in the times that we're in right now, it's definitely time for you to wake up out of that sleep. And in 2025, the NWO is going to turn on that alarm clock. It's up to you whether you wake up or not, whether you're going to hit that snooze button. Remember, my people perish from the lack of knowledge because they reject it. And guys, we're going to see stablecoin regulation, which is the foundation of this new digital economy, and it sets up down the road 2028, 2029 for that free money. And I told you that we would get a first quarter pullback, and that's what happened. And then also I told you that tariffs would get stepped up, and that's what happened. Layoffs would pick up. That's what happened. So the Crypto Teacher gives you a warning like Noah and Gilgamesh, whichever one you want to call it. But we will get some type of reset this year. Most likely stable coins are the catalyst. And remember, the Crypto Teacher told you. We have trillions of dollars sitting on the sideline in money market accounts. And then plus we know the Fed is going to cut rates. Not a lot this year, but they're definitely going to cut rates. So I see us getting a correction and then moving back up. And then we have the two powerhouses, China and the U.S., will step up these tariffs on each other. And of course, guys, that's going to hit certain parts of the market. But then we also have the hacks. We have the Birdman. We have the drums are beaten. And more movies to come, as we can see. And inflation is going to stay sticky, and layoffs are going to step up while they move in all this automation. And remember, the Crypto Teacher told you. And also, guys, I want to thank those who purchased the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, much love to those who donate to the Cash App, Patreon. Much love. Keep it coming. Guys, if you're not a part of the Patreon, make sure you're donating to the channel through the actual Cash App. But guys, this next Bitcoin and crypto bull run is going to be a utility run. So you want to make sure you have the cryptos that have real utility. And much love to those who are shopping at both stores. Keep it coming. And of course, guys, we get into Bitcoin and cryptos first.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And we have Bitcoin and crypto moving up like clockwork. And we also have stocks moving up. And you know the crypto teacher told you, don't be scared. We're going to be moving up. Only thing you had to do was keep an eye on the indicators. Now, is the volatility gone? No, it's not. And we're going to get into that. But always make sure you're paying attention to the actual indicators. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now we have the yield rates moving right back up. And this lets you know that the volatility is not going anywhere. Yield rates have went crazy, and you can tell that it's all being manipulated. It was manipulated down. We were crashing, and yield rates made a big move down. Now the markets are moving up. We have yield rates moving back up. But remember, this is all ran by an algorithm. We have the 10-year yield at a 424 handle, guys. It's unbelievable. But remember, your life is an illusion and TV is your reality. And don't forget to make sure you're paying attention to the VIX. The VIX is letting us know the volatility hasn't gone anywhere just yet. But like I told you, because we have earnings, money is going to flow back into the actual stock market. Banks report on Friday. And in crypto, we move up like clockwork. But you heard Ray Dalio talk about the manipulation of yield rates. Guys, you know I talk about it all the time, but you're hearing it from the horse's mouth. You know I like to bring it to you from the horse's mouth. And I've played the clip of Jerome Powell several times, giving you the truth. They manipulate that long end. And then we have the dollar pulling back slightly, but also the dollar made a decent move up. But we know they want that weak dollar. Make sure you watch the video I did last night. It's very important. We had Larry Fink giving us the truth. And we have volume in crypto right now pulling back after volume was crazy yesterday. And then, of course, we have Tether and USDC. And we have Franklin Templeton invest in CAP, a yield-bearing stablecoin. And then, guys, of course, we have the Fed. Repo yesterday was $148 billion. Make sure you're pulling that on a daily basis during the week. And of course, we have the Fed wants to keep rates high for longer so Trump can build this fourth industrial revolution. And we're seeing all the chess pieces being moved around, and we're seeing the global supply chain being changed right in front of our eyes. But of course, the sheep are distracted on things that don't matter. And I'm going to do a Patreon video for the Patreon members, but then also I'm going to do a very, very important video for the premium stock Patreon members, because you definitely want to get yourselves ready. If the supply chain is changing, you definitely want to get in front of it. You don't want to be on the wrong side of history. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. And we have China getting ready for this trade war, dropping the yuan. Guys, they've been doing currency manipulation forever. You don't see the U.S. doing anything about it. Why? Because they were making all of our goods. They don't care. We were getting cheap goods. And our manufacturers were over there paying less money. They were basically getting slave labor. And now we're going to see the emerging markets, these poor nations, rise up into the middle class. We know one thing they got to do is pump this free money. China is definitely going to be doing a big stimulus soon. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. But we have Trump threatening more tariffs. And we know these tariffs are not going to affect China, Russia, any of these countries, these Brics nations, because they already have moved off the dollar. And like I stated, China has already moved the goods. But what we don't hear from Trump is not telling the big banks to leave China's mainland. And we don't hear China's mainland telling the big banks to leave China. And that lets you know we're in a plan, and a plan moves in phases. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now we have the Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs. We have BlackRock, Fidelity, and Grayscale. Bitcoin and Ethereum spotted ETFs are up. Now we have 2CREAM ETFs is launching a 2 times long daily XRP ETF today. And guys, we know they're betting on the price. The casino is getting wide open for these altcoins. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now, getting over into a little crypto news, we have Galaxy Digital plans to list on the NASDAQ, and we see the crypto IPOs are taking over. A lot of these corporations don't want to list, but we see these crypto projects are definitely listing, and there's plenty of money on the sideline to go all in. And then lastly, we have Ripple to acquire Hidden Road for $1.25 billion, bringing digital assets to institutions. And guys, Ripple goes from a customer to an owner, and Hidden clears $3 trillion annually. Yes, you heard that correct. $3 trillion annually for over 300 top financial institutions globally. So now, do you believe me when I constantly have stated that Ripple is a bank? I've said it time and time again. So basically, you have DeFi is definitely the new banking. They're bridging traditional finance to DeFi. And we have the XRP protocol and XRPL to move the money. They have their own money, which is the RLUSD. They have their own stablecoin. They have a CBDC platform. They have their own custody. And then, of course, you don't forget about they have their own wallet. And there's not too many companies that can move the money around the world almost at no cost. And it's seamless. And that's how you bring the sheep in. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Because he knows when it comes to the NWO, it's all planned out. But that's all I have for you. Don't forget about the books. Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book, plus the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance. Do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys. Don't forget to go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, get on stocks, the Seaver, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing they were still getting that free money, what are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate. Not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York. From COVID Stories 3. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.